Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about standardization in clothing industry. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. Standardization. You will not succeed with Lean or Kaizen if you do not practice standardization well. Without standard, there cannot be any Kaizen improvement. If you want to improve but you do not learn and love standardization and standard work, you are not just going to get there. You will not succeed. What is a standard? What is standardization? What is standard work? What is a standard? A standard is simply a rule or guideline for how something is done. It can be used to describe any characteristic of a process. List a few different ways to create a standard. Process parameters, machine settings, time or cycle time, layout, parts and materials, equipment and tools, colors and methods. All of this and more can be described in terms of a standard. You can have a common way, a standard way of doing all of these different things and more. So standards are really everywhere. They apply absolutely to everything you would be doing. What is standardization? Standardization is simply a process of creating or updating a standard. You got standards or you are missing standards. Well, standardization is what you do when you create a standard or when you take an existing standard and replace it or upgrade it with an improved standard. That's what standardization is. What is standard work? Standard work is a unique standard for the methods used to do something. Standard work, people, materials, machines, info. So we are focusing now on the methods. Methods that I use as a person to get my work done. That's the work sequence, perhaps how much time, what tools I used, and what are the tricks I might know as a trained person to get the job done. Also called as standardized work. The best demonstrated way for doing something, it's not just an idea, it's not a theory, it's something that's been proven out and demonstrated, not written out at a desk but rather demonstrated on the floor. If we can do it, then we can write it as a standard. If we cannot do it, then we better not be writing it down as a standard. Why does standardization matter? To improve safety. Safety is a major reason why standardization matters. Because if you have a best way of doing things, it would be the safest way, so standards keep people safe. To preserve quality. If you got the best way of doing things, it should result in the highest level of quality. To achieve consistency. The moment you have a standard, you got a target and everyone in the organization can be focused on the same target. That creates consistency. No matter how many people you have, how many shifts, you can now be consistent by having a common target. To train people. It's just not possible to train people effectively if you don't have a standard to train them to. And then even a standard training process, without that a standard in a standard training process, you're going to have a variable results in the training that you performed. To measure performance. You cannot measure performance unless you got a baseline. A standard performance is just the gap between the expected level of performance and your actual. But you cannot measure the gap if you don't have a standard. To solve problems. Whenever you have a problem, a non-conformance or other type of problems, internally or externally from a customer, the first question you should ask is there a standard? And next, are we following that standard? And then if you are following the standard, is the standard appropriate? When you give standards well, it helps problem solving. To demonstrate improvement. You simply cannot demonstrate improvement unless you have a baseline, just like measuring performance. To make improvements stick, your improvements are not going to stick unless your organization standardizes your improvements. To empower you. Standardization makes empowerment possible. Without standards in place, the words you are empowered really doesn't carry much weight because no matter what people do, what ideas they have, they are not going to stick. They are not going to be adopted. They really cannot transform in an organization. So if you believe in empowering people to use their genius to make things better and transform your organization, you got to use standards. The moment you are using them well, it's easy. If anybody wants to improve things, all they got to do is go through the process of updating a standard, and then it happens. That's what empowerment really means. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.